Just because,
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Geek Gauntlet podcast, the fastest hour in podcasting. Got a lot of breaking news going on in the world of geek. We're going to get into all of that, plus our topics for the evening. And we have my two co-hosts with me, Gene and Shah, to help us break it down. So let's go ahead and put time on our timer and get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the fastest hour in podcasting. Now, we got a lot of breaking news we're going to go over. So let me go ahead and bring the crew in with me for the night. First, I'm going to go to the OG, the guy who's been with me for almost 2.5 years. My man, Shaw. Shaw, what's up, man?
What's up?
Chilling. Whoa! He got everything cut off. Looking good, my friend. Looking good. Next, we're going to go over to Canada, the land of the moose, and to our moose and heavyweight champion, Gene. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Dude, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good because hockey has started. Hockey's starting, and we're here going to be running down the fastest hour in podcasting.
So. That's right. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started running this gauntlet. But first, before we do, we have to do this. All right, Shaw, you're the driver of the news and topics train. So let's go ahead and get started, my friend.
Yes, sir. First up, let's talk about Star Trek Discovery, season finale. Not going to go into it. It was pretty good. I am a little pissed off at how things ended. Basically, they made Michael the captain for no damn reason. They may have gotten rid of Saru. We'll see. Yeah, and Tilly should have been the captain. That's kind of, yeah. It was a good episode, pretty good finale. Not as good as last season finale, but all in all, capped to an actually good season. And yeah, have you guys been keeping up with Star Trek or no?
Not right as of yet, but let me tell you, probably I will binge watch season 3 just so that I can get up to date. But again, Star Trek, these usual last few years have got better with writing, like I said. Discovery and also Picard, so and there's a bunch of new stuff on the horizon for Star Trek as 2020 ended, and we're into 2021.
Okay, all right. So let's move on to some news. First up, like always, we have a happy birthday to Clancy Brown. A lot of roles. He played on Mr. Krabs on SpongeBob, even though I don't care about that show like at all. Played Lex Luthor.
What you don't? What you don't care about? Money? I had to hit you with that line.
Anyway. Okay. Let's see. We just got premiered a new series on Disney Plus called Marvel Studios Legends. We just had first 2 episodes. It's basically, just quick video of just the past stuff about individual characters, just like 7 minutes each episode. We got one for Wanda, one for Vision, obvious reasons.
Yeah, WandaVision is, yeah. She's a coming. It's a coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, next week.
Oh, yeah.
If you hadn't already heard, they already sent out pre-taped, I think the first 3 episodes, so that different cable companies and people and whatnot, big wigs could see it ahead of time just so that they could give some reviews on it. I guess it's positive, all positive reviews.
Yeah. Let's see. Next up, we got news that Emma Stone, who played Gwen Stacy on The Amazing Spider-Man, is expecting her first child. So
congratulations.
Congratulations to her.
Speaking of congratulations to young blonde chicks, Stargirl has been renewed for season 3 ahead of season 2 airing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I actually don't think I have the release date for that yet, but I gotta look it up. All right. In some sad news, CW-wise, they finally completely squashed the Green Arrow and Canary show. So it's not happening at all. There was still a chance, but now not happening.
Like I said, and we've said this on the show numerous times. I think we can go on record and say it. I think we need to make like a little meme or something that we pop up. But we've gone on record saying that CW has trashed certain things when there's no need of it. AKA 2020 with Black Lightning did not need to get canceled.
Right.
So, CW has that problem. Sometimes they get something really, really good or they get an idea and then nothing there behind it. And then they go ahead, well, nobody wanted it. What were you saying? Nobody wanted it.
Yeah, it is what it is. We also have a rumor that that The Flash will be airing on HBO Max. We'll see if that happens. Obviously, it should be more than just The Flash, because I mean, if you're gonna put the CW shows on HBO Max, it should be all of them at least.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I'm gonna let Gene go. Then I got
go ahead there, Will.
I'm thinking I agree with you on that, Shaw, because I think if you move them over there, they'll be done right. I think they're afterthoughts in terms of I think those shows are afterthoughts as far as the CW is concerned. And I really think that it'd be better on HBO Max than it would be there because they're not showing a lot of love for them. I know Stargirl just got renewed, but everything else.
A bit of the problem is also Warner Brothers and CW has contract obligations in with Netflix because I think a lot of their shows dual tie, and you see them both on Netflix and also on the CW. So I think that's the bigger problem there. It's like HBO's coming in and saying, hey, well, we want to add a bit of that pie. We want to have your DC stuff on ours because we're already getting the movies and yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to try to be at the same way of competing with Disney, with the Disney Plus and such going on from there. So once again, I think the happy medium would be if I was Warner Brothers and DC, I would say, hey, why don't we stream them both? Why can't we just half and half? We'll give you all the old stuff can go to HBO Max as well as Netflix and just share the streaming, and then it's dual. Then you're getting more of the populace instead of half or 5% or whatever what it may be.
That'd be interesting because you do universal streaming rights.
Yeah, we're not really universal streaming rights. I think it's because it is. Warner Brothers owns that piece of that pie, so Warner Brothers should be able to say, "Hey, well, we'll give you and you both access.
Right.
We'll keep our contract obligations with Netflix, but we're also going to keep contract obligations with HBO Max, and you guys can allow to co-mingle, stuff pretty much like, Netflix, you have older versions of Flash. Yeah, can you give us those, and we'll give you some of the newer. You know what I mean? And that way, it makes it for easy transit for everybody, and then everybody's getting a piece of that pie.
Right.
All right. Next up, despite Ray Fisher's claims, Jeff Johns will apparently still be working for Warner, and some guy named Walter Hemidel, however you pronounce it, I'm terrible, has extended his contract, his deal as president of DC Films up until 2023.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
Now, because of the second dude, apparently, Fisher doesn't want to be in doing Cyborg anymore. So he stated in one of his tweets that he's not going to be in The Flash. He's no longer. But then more recently has stated, Cyborg isn't done yet. So we'll see what that means.
I think there's going to be a lot of it up and down disputes, really. I think it's like we've seen with a lot of different actors to actresses. If said character is not getting what they feel like, oh, we'll go on a tirade. Hopefully, we can learn from 2020 and start doing this turnaround of being less snowflakes and more with morals and actually having a thicker skin, because that needs to be shone through at this point.
Yep.
Now, speaking of which, one thing that kind of just came up to me that I'm kind of wondering about. Let me see if you guys, think about this. So we remember that Gal Gadot had a problem during Justice League with that scene where Ezra Miller is on top of her. What's her problem with that exactly? Because she's an actress, she's done sex scenes before and after, and that dude is gay. What's the problem?
It shouldn't have been.
I mean,
to me, it shouldn't have been, unless maybe her spouse had an issue with it. I don't know.
Maybe, but I mean, like I said, he's gay. She's an actress.
Yeah.
She has done sex
and that's the thing. Like, if her husband knew that he was that man was gay, then I think he's like, okay,
Dude's open.
He's going to be okay with it
because he's gay.
Yeah,
he got that role.
You know what I mean? But you know what I mean. That'd be like, okay, he's gay, nothing's going to happen. But I think also at the same token, it's that whole first thing, like when you're first meeting your co-stars and stuff, and they're like, they're getting in the middle of the scene, and all of a sudden that happens, and then it's like, whoa, it wasn't supposed. At the end of the day, I think too, she treats. I'm not trying to throw it out there, but I think at the same time too, there's a certain standard you feel about your character, right? So again, we're all playing. Again, they're all playing different roles, but at the same time, they still have a say about their character. And if they didn't feel it was the right way for that scene to go, then maybe. But at the end of the day, if everybody's okay and nobody's hurt and everybody's okay, I didn't feel comfortable doing that. But then later on, if there's something that comes out, probably will be. She'd be like, oh well, first I didn't feel comfortable, then blah blah blah. We'll hear about it. But at this point, it is what it is. Everybody's okay. Nobody's hurt. So
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. Oh well. All right. Next up, we have a rumor, and hear me out before you say anything. A rumor that Keaton will be replacing Ben Affleck as Batman for the DCEU after Flashpoint. This just in. Nope, that's false. The dude that wrote that apparently got that completely wrong. Yeah, no, that's not happening. He will be Batman in the Flashpoint, but that's it. That's all we got. Yeah.
I would like to, and to be completely honest, I would like to see Michael Keaton. There's been talks and rumors of people being like, hey, why can't we just get Michael Keaton now as an older and then do a Batman Beyond? It would work. He is by
I heard a rumor about them doing Batman about Girls Beyond, having Batgirl be his. Yeah. That was a rumor.
But like I said, at the end of the day, for us guys now, Michael Keaton was our original introduction to Batman. So to see him play an older Batman and do a Batman Beyond, it would fit perfectly. And I think everybody would be okay with it. But there again, who knows?
Oh yeah.
Yep. Now, from Batman to Marvel's Batman, apparently Oscar Isaac is in fact confirmed to be playing the MCU's Moon Knight.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yes, sir. Next up, we have a rumor that appears to be confirmed because the BBC was like, we can't confirm or deny, and if it wasn't, they would just denied it. Jodie Whittaker, the present Doctor, will be ending her run as the Doctor with the next season.
Well, that's usually good. That's, I think, what is it now? She would have had. This would be season 4. Yeah, that's about on average with the newer ones, except for Chris Eccleston, who only did a year, though he still has, and he has come out and said numerous times that he wished he didn't do that, but he didn't want to be typecast. But I guess I would like to say with this is, I hope they do some of the stuff that they have been that you've heard in prior Doctor Who episodes, which is like revisit older faces. Maybe they give some of these actors who may have had short stints or were loved by the fans come out. So
yeah. Yes.
I agree with this comment by KW.
Mhm.
Moon Knight has needed some attention for a long time, and looks like we're finally getting it. So it'll be good to see him there.
It's good to see.
Oh yeah.
I remember them mentioning a Moon Knight series back when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was announced.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember when they were talking about Moon Knight have a show when they had when HBO did the cartoon version of Spawn. So you know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah, that's a while ago.
That way back.
Yeah, way back. Mm-hmm.
I gotta get around to watching that. Like I knew of it back in the day, but I never got around to seeing it. I gotta get around to seeing it.
Yeah, you gotta check it out, bro. Got to.
All right. Also, Doom Patrol season 3 production is underway now. Currently, apparently.
Cool.
Speaking of that universe of shows, the actress that plays the new Batwoman has apparently been spotted on the set of Titans. So maybe Batwoman will be on the show. Maybe she's playing a different character. We don't know. We'll see.
Good thing to keep your eye. If they're going to interlock shows, I hope that'll be fine, because if you do it correctly, it can be beneficial.
But my only issue with that Titans crew didn't want to be in the last crossover, so why would they do Batwoman?
Yeah. They shot that
Maybe
the
there's
shot with the two characters we had from them. I don't think that might have been a new shot, but I'm not sure of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
no. Again, it could be something that's beneficial, and they see the story arc and it needed it. Who knows?
Yeah. All right. Next up, one of the next upcoming animated movies is going to be a Justice Society movie taking place during World War II, I believe, and we got a cast list of not all of the cast, but some of it. We got Matt Bomer, who's playing the Flash, but not Jay Garrett, apparently. We know that apparently Barry will be in the movie. How? We don't know. There's some time travel stuff. Let's see. Sutton Katsik, the chick that was in what's that show called again? Damn, what was that show? The show with Nathan Fillion as a writer. What that?
Can't remember.
I can't remember it off of my hand.
All right. Well, she's been in a few things. She'll be playing Wonder Woman. We have Eliza Rotsaru playing Black Canary. Chris something or other playing Steve Trevor.
Okay.
We got some lady, I really can't pronounce that name, playing Iris West. So that kind of says something. Garfield Arden playing some character named Advisor and Charlie Henston's. Keith Ferguson will be playing Dr. Fate, and Darren DePaul will be playing Roosevelt. I'm assuming President Roosevelt. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
President Teddy Roosevelt.
We actually have a picture of that. Could you bring that up, Will?
I surely can. Let me get to it right here.
Yes, sir. The first picture of them. That's what they look like.
Okay. Yeah, that harkens back to the classic vintage comic that they did. So it might be like, I think that was a little bit of an alternate universe type thing where it looks to be good. It's going to look to be good.
The OGs, so to speak.
Yeah.
Oh,
yep.
Yeah.
JSA. Yep. Let's see. Okay, one more thing that I didn't add to the list yet, but I'll mention right now. Today, just a few hours ago, we got a brand new episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. It's been 2 years since there was an episode, but yes, a brand new episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged.
If you guys have never seen that, you need to check it out. It is funny, man. It is funny as I don't know what, and they do it very well. They take like everything from the Blue Eyes White Jet to Taya. They even bring Yu-Gi-Oh! GX into it. They do a really good job with that. So I encourage all Yu-Gi-Oh! fans, go and check that out. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a few. Stick with us. And don't forget to check out the Paradigm Shift Wrestling Podcast right here on Pinfall Productions. You have myself, Gene, Josh, Brandon, and Tommy bring you the best in professional wrestling. So definitely check us out. Get all your news and updates. The Paradigm Shift right here on Pinfall Productions. All right, Shaw, go ahead, man.
All right. So first off, to address the chat, Barry Allen, not Wally. They said specifically Barry.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. All right. So it's time to move on to some topics. First up, will the Snyder Cut live up to the hype? Just big question. What do you guys think?
To be honest with you, I really don't think it will. Just because, and hear me out. Whenever you get a director's cut of anything, it's one of those things where it's take my opinion type idea. Like when we got the director's cut of The Godfather, it was added extra footage that really didn't need to be. It was the movie was good already. With the Justice League, okay, so you add an extra 2 hours on top of your film time. You're giving us a 4-hour movie. What have you added? And what have you taken away? You've taken away the villain who you could see before. Now you can't see. You don't compare him from his outfit to anything. It's like all meshed into one. At the end of the day, you had to give me something very, very good to hold me for 4 hours. It's got to be those 2 hours that you're throwing in there better be gold, because if there ain't gold, then everybody's just going to be like, that was a waste of an extra 2 hours.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, maybe it'll be good. Maybe. I mean, hope springs eternal, but I'm not holding my breath.
Me neither.
Yeah, I mean, the trailers are good, but then again, all their movies trailers are good when the movies aren't.
Oh, yeah. DC has phenomenal movies, phenomenal trailers for their movies, and then when you go watch them, you're like, man, I watched the entire movie in the trailer.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, next up, a little thought from Marvel. Will the Odin Force be introduced into MCU? Since Odin did die, that means the Odin Force should be going to somebody. What do you think about that? Should it be added? If so, how? What do you guys think?
I think we're probably going to see some of that coming up with Thor, Thunder and Light, and Thunder and Love, or Love and Thunder. I think we're I think we're going to see some of that in there. I think that's where that's going to get addressed. That, or it's going to start getting addressed in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It'll probably start there and then move into Love and Thunder. So I think that definitely is going to get addressed.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
and I think that's how they'll work it into the storyline. It definitely needs to be.
Yeah, very, very true. Very, very true. All right, so recently I saw a YouTube video talking about the similarities and differences between Captain Marvel, the movie, and Captain America, the movie, the first ones. The big reason being with the characters that with Captain America, is show, not tell. With Captain Marvel, it's tell, not show for her. Everything that is said about her is only said. She never showed. It doesn't show her being over emotional or all the stuff that's said about her.
Yeah,
it's just said, never shown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the movies are similar a lot in story, but one is good, one isn't.
Yeah, well, the thing is, and let's just say this: it's always been like that in the Marvel universe. You have characters that very, very, very similar. Here's the difference. Like, for example, Captain America, he was made by man, where Captain Marvel is an alien. There we go. There's the difference. You know what I mean? It's an alien entity versus something that's made. They're very similar, yes, because they're both protectors of their said world, if you want to sort of say. So there's going to be similarities. It's the same thing as if you got like a guy that's like, and we've seen it, somebody's close to like Odin or Thor. They're very similar, So everybody's going to harp on that, but it's at the end of the day, there's always going to be similarities. It's been like that in comics for years. For years. Look Look at Hulk and the Thing.
Yeah.
The only difference is one was made by gamma radiation, the others were done in the stars. There you go.
Gamma radiation, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know
oh
what
yeah.
I mean?
Oh yeah.
So-
Most definitely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Next little topic I got here. Apparently, Snyder has said that his choice for doing a Marvel movie, if he was offered, would be Elektra. What you guys think about that?
I'm gonna let you go ahead of me, Gene, because I know you got some thoughts on it already.
Yeah, no. As I was saying, as we were all getting in, Snyder does not need to touch nothing Marvel, and especially Elektra. I would like to see. The people they already got right now in Marvel movies make a good Daredevil, Elektra film. I don't want to see Zack Snyder, not because he's not a great director. I'm not saying that. He has his heyday in the Suns. He has his good movies, but
Right.
every time he's made a movie, either A, he comes back saying, I wish I had done this, this, and this, or B, he does then create a director's cut, as we're starting to see, and it F's everything up, if you want to sort of say the best way of doing it. So I really don't want to see a time classic character like Elektra, who should be on the screen, who can be very good if written correctly. I don't want to see it done by Zack Snyder, really.
Oh
honestly.
yeah.
Honestly, like,
I feel you, man.
Yeah, very, very true. Very, very true. Oh shit. Okay, so I just found this thing on Facebook where basically they're saying that the difference between the Steppenwolfs is like the Spider-Man original versus Spider-Man for the redesign for the Spider-Man game.
Yeah. And then honestly, like when I look at that picture, that just those the difference is enough. There's enough differences in those suits, if you want to sort of say that, in that CG, that really, like the first one, when I first see the first Steppenwolf, you can see detail, you can see defining features, but you look at the new one and you're like, honestly, it took me 3 minutes. And I'm going up and down the picture trying to find the face because it's that hard. Because the detail is like you lose a lot of stuff. So it's when you overpack it, oversaturate it, it's not a good thing either. You know what I mean?
It's way too much CGI. Too much CGI.
Yeah.
Got a fucking double chin.
Well,
I need some facial hair now.
Man, we didn't. Man, it wasn't brought up. I think we talked about it last week, but I want to go into it a little bit more. Hope versus Brawley Death Battle. I know KW's not necessarily a fan of Death Battle. The one thing that bothered me about that, it seemed to me that Death Battle could be bought, and what I mean by that is the Dragon Ball fans got on them for Goku losing to Superman. I don't think they were. Twice. I don't think that they were going to put up with another one of their guys losing again.
It was. I agree, and I agree and disagree. Okay, I agree with you because yes, via the numbers that they were given and what they were going by, it didn't matter who you put up against Brawley, he would have been able to like almost finger snap and take you out. You know what I mean? Just the numbers they were going off by, because they were going off by the new numbers of Super to where Goku is and all this, and multiply. It was like they weren't going to give Hulk any chance. Like Hulk had, and they said it, if they had run the simulation 100 times, there probably would have been, I think they said like 5 or 6 times that maybe Hulk would have won. But out of like 100 simulations, Broly's going to win just because he's super OG. That's pretty much what they're saying. They're like, hey, yeah, we know the numbers are rigged. We know this is stupid, but yeah, he's going to win over 95.5% times. There's only 5% chance that Hulk's going to beat him. And yeah, so we're going to go where the numbers lie, right? But I feel you on that. I truly do. I do feel you on it because they used the Hulk correctly. He was the overpowered OG Super Hulk that everybody knows, but
because because Worldbreaker Hulk is like incredible, and it's like, you mean to tell me Broly can just can just one shot. No, I don't believe that.
No, they even said it like it was getting to a point where before he how did they put it? Before he transformed, the Hulk was already beating him enough that if he didn't transform, that Broly would have, like, if they had kept Broly at Broly without the transformations, without going all the OG and whatnot with Broly the way they did, Broly was going to get beat. But then they're like, well, to save face with everybody, because we're max powering Hulk, we have to max power Broly as well.
I mean, I'm just noticing certain things. It's like DC Comics, at least with Wonder Woman is 2-1. She lost her role, but she beat Thor and She-Ra. The Ruby Girls, they got a pretty good record in Death Battle as well, and that's their parent company, Rooster Teeth. So it seems to me, Death Battle can be
the numbers. The numbers that they're going with and they're using, because at that point, for me, if they were going with, and they even said it, if they had went with original Dragon Ball Z Broly, it would be a whole different ball game than the super numbers that they went. Because again, as we've always said, super is just, we've said this once and we'll say it 100 times. Out of nowhere, everybody gets abilities. It's almost pretty much like, again, and this is one thing we've joked about with Superman as well. All of a sudden, Superman's not OG enough to face somebody. Oh, we'll just write him in a new super ability.
Speaking of which, during Christmas, the YouTube people, Team 4-Star, did a top 13 list of transformations. That was something that was kind of mentioned of a criteria that it has to be something earned.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you one, but it's kind of obvious.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be earned. It definitely got to be earned. I think that just makes well for good story or lines, regardless, even in comic books and anime.
Yeah, bless you.
But just in that sort of sense, if you're just going to give somebody something and then be like, all of a sudden, like they did with Goku, oh, we're going to give you this, take it away, then give it to you again, and then say, okay, you've earned it. It's like, how does that work? That doesn't work that way. I find one I liked watching, and I know they haven't done recent episodes. Another one I like watching these death battles is super power beatdown with Bat and Sun.
I do like that. I do like
how that is done. That's rated on by the fans themselves, so it's like a pull out of 100. So there's been close ones. So they'll do an alternate ending to give everybody, to save face with everybody, but it's usually done by a vote, and then it's like voted on, sort of thing.
And I loved their Black Canary versus Black Widow. I love that one. I love their Wonder Woman versus Wolverine. I love that one. And they did 2 endings on that one as well. I never saw the other one. I never saw Black Canary win.
They had, what else they had? You had Batman versus Darth Vader.
Iron Man versus Optimus Prime.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Optimus Prime won.
Oh yeah, they've had some good ones and they've had some not so good ones, because it's like, again, it's a fan poll, right? So it's like, who's going to win? It's like they had Predator versus, what was it? They had Predator versus Wolverine, and Wolverine beat Predator, which I could see, like, legit.
I can see that. I can see that.
If you get right straight down to it, if you're basing it off of numbers, for sure, I'd feel Wolverine would win. You know what I mean?
I think another thing. I think another thing too that tells it, kind of tell between the two. I think, I don't know, production value wise, I think Superpowered Beatdown might be a little bit better than Death Battle.
Yeah, they put a lot of money in that.
Yeah, they put a lot of money in it. Yep.
Well, they're the same.
I think it took like a month to do a video.
A month to do a video. But if you can find them on Patreon and whatnot, Bat and the Sun. Bat and the Sun also did a, what was it? I think it was a White Dragon. The Legend of the White Dragon.
Did that get made yet? Like, was that made already, or like I've seen the promotions?
Yeah, I think that did get made. I know it's what was it? Jason David Frank. I follow on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. They had Blu-ray disc, so I think it has been made. So yeah, that. And another, I think they did another one as well. I think it's up on Patreon or something like that they did. It's another movie with Jason, David, and Frank. But they do a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of great stuff. Especially their Batman stuff has been really good. I've seen like prior older videos.
Yeah, the
and
good stuff.
always phenomenal Batman stuff.
Yeah.
And there's so many. I like a girl that played Black Canary. I like a girl that played Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow both of them over on Instagram. And man, they just do some really good stuff. I just think Death Battle from time to time, depending on how strong the wind blows, they can sort of kind of be bought.
Well, it was that same thing. I think they had, what was it, on Death Battle? I think didn't they have like the Power Rangers Megazord versus, like, I think it was a Gundam, and the Gundam won just because of the dude that did 4C sight. He like 4C, and it was like a weird way of winning. I'm like, really? That's what you're gonna go with?
Yeah.
Like,
and I never understood. I never understood why they did the Pokemon versus the Digimon. I never understood why they did that.
I mean, two very different things. Yeah.
Yeah, I never understood why they did that.
The thing was, you had a bunch of guys like us going, "Oh, wouldn't that be cool to see Pokemon versus Digimon?" And then you get the Pokemon versus Digimon, and it's like one Digimon can destroy like 3 Pokemon. And it's just like,
I mean, at least like nowadays, you have like the giant stuff and the X stuff, so that kind of puts them on a little bit of a fair footing, depending on who they're going against.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this about anime and comics, guys. Okay. We got a little bit of time here. Would you want to see? Should have done a Ryu versus Akira from Virtual Fighter. I'm down with you, KW. I'm down with you. Let me put this on the stream real quick. Yeah. I'll be down for that. I really would. Somebody asked y'all.
Oh, yeah, I shaved it. I'm bringing this now because I'm bringing it now because of this. But yeah, I shaved.
But in stores nowadays, it always everything seems to kind of go the good guy's way, so to speak. Would you want to see something where the bad guy wins? The bad guy wins out.
I mean, there are some anime where that does happen. Technically, I mean, Death Note, Code Geass. Technically, the main characters are bad guys. Technically, you know.
Mm-hmm. I would have to say, if you're going to write a good long anime, you wanted something that was long and you wanted something that people could get invested in. At some point, yeah, that would be. At some point, you have to have. There has to be at a particular moment, the bad guy looks like he's on the win, he's on the rise, he's on the high. You know what I mean?
That's why I love the first Broly movie, because he is whooping their butts during the entire thing.
He is. Yeah,
like,
he is.
Vegeta is in his pants that whole
that's
time.
Right. And that's the thing. You need the villain at some. There has to be a reason why the heroes of your story get better, right? Because if they just keep winning, then it never makes any sense of why they're winning, or why they're training or what they're fighting for, right? So you have to have a villain. Like look at I'll use Dragon Ball Z for an example. When they had the Cell saga, Cell's getting better, getting stronger, and nobody can beat him. And there's a reason why.
To be fair, he was only doing well because Vegeta and Goku were dumbasses.
Yeah, but
that's the only reason why we won those things, because those two people.
But you got to also, for the story's sake of things, it was a good story because it made you invested. You made you to want to watch every week because you're like, I hope somebody gets Cell this time, right? You know what I mean? So basically the same idea. You can go like with a Bleach or a Death Note, and if you wanted to extend them out, give the villain that ability to sort of almost look like he's about to win. The good guy's going to be on a loss, and then bring it back and then people get invested. It's all about investing the time and making the story. Some people get lost that it's all about the effects or certain things. Telling a good story, people like that as well. You know what I mean? you want to be able to come out and go, well, the bad guys on it. Like, look at Batman. How many times did the Joker, looked like he was on the win for so many different times until Batman finally, pulls it right out at the end. That's why you were watching, because you're like, okay, Joker's going to get his in the end somewhere here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why Nightfall is one of the best Batman stories, because Batman actually loses in that.
Yeah, that's true.
Or No Man's Land.
Mm-hmm.
He's losing a lot in that too.
Then again, look at the time when he took Batman took on Bane and broke his back. Like there's a good chunk of the comic where Batman's just head up in a bed and just being like, okay, I got to train to get back to becoming Batman, and Bane's just running roughshod over Gotham. So you know what I mean? Like there's points where the villain has to. There's points where the villain has to win. It's just necessary to the story arc, because it's just like, if you got the good guy winning all the time, it gets pretty boring. You're going to rate yourself into a corner. It's like,
right.
That's the reason why the big bads and the Flash always have at one episode where they whoop his ass.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's most times it's the Christmas episode that they show up and they beat the shit out of him, but there's always that one episode, with the exception of like, I think 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's. You can let's talk about this in a sense of, you look at it from Marvel perspective. It's like you're doing a movie. Why did everybody like the 2 Avengers movies? Endgame, or Infinity War and Endgame. The first part of that movie, Thanos is kicking butt. Mm-hmm. Thanos is the guy that's in control. He's the bad guy. He wins.
Yeah, he starts that movie whooping the Hulk's ass.
Yeah, you know what I mean? There's a reason the Hulk does not want to come out in that movie. Here's Banner telling the Hulk, you need to come out, and Hulk is like, I ain't coming out. Nope. I got my butt whooped at the beginning. I ain't coming out. You know what I mean?
Ain't coming back out. Nope.
That's right. And then when you get to that second movie, that's when you start seeing things be put together where, okay, now the good guys are making that comeback, right? Mm-hmm. But it invests you into the story. You know what I mean? They did what was it, like, 50 issues of comics did in a very short time in 2 movies, you know what I mean? So, kudos.
We have a question in the chat real quick.
Okay.
Has anyone heard any news about the Eternals?
Nothing to my knowledge. I mean, it's
nothing
still
new other than
it's still a few movies away.
Other than the announcement that they're going to do it, I think it's going to be a great thing. And like I was saying to a few other guys here earlier in the week, it's great to be part of Disney Plus, and the way they're doing it. They're using Marvel's really taking the impact of using their Disney Plus service by you have to. Hey, we're gonna have Black Widow. Black Widow leads into like WandaVision. WandaVision leads into this movie. This movie's now going to lead into this TV show. This TV show's leading into this movie. It's almost like it's like almost watching anything in a good universe or picking up a good comic. If you miss one subscription to one thing, then you're out of that loop, and then now you don't know where. You catch the story halfway through. What are they talking about? Well, didn't you catch season blah 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 of that? No, I didn't know that I had to. Yeah, it's the phase 4 in the Marvel Cinematic TV universe is really going to be something. I think 2021 is really going to be a good time for people watching comic book films and those types of movies.
The one thing that I do like what Marvel does, they have everything out in that flow chart. So if you want to be able to catch anything that you have missed that's a part of the MCU, you can actually go to that list and get caught up on everything that you may have missed. I do like that.
Yeah. Remember when you tried that?
Yep.
Try to do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they tried.
I like this idea that also with Disney Plus that they have Marvel came up with the show The What If, where they sort of go look at the universe and say, well, cool. what if we didn't have Steve Rogers, but we went with Peggy Carter instead, and she's Captain America. What if this? I think it's a unique show. I think it's going to get over for a lot of people, just because it's going to give that what if, and then that precedes or runs a little bit into as a predecessor to what we're going to be getting with Loki, because Loki is pretty much that shot of we're going to be going back and forth and cutting through it. So, with that being said, with the Loki show, are we going to start seeing by the time this ends up as Avengers movie, is Iron Man actually going to be dead, or are they going to pull the 360? Oh, Iron Man's back and Captain America's back.
Well, like I've always said, it's comics, so no one is truly dead.
Yeah,
I mean, we got Gorilla Grodd being thrown out of airlock in Justice League Unlimited, and he assumingly he's dead, but you can bring him back at any point. So,
well, once again, over there in DC, Dr. Fate, if Dr. Fate feels like you've messed up the timeline, he can bring it back just like that. That's his ability. That's his thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can do, but that What If show, I'm gonna like that What If show because I remember that one of the What If comics was What If Uncle Ben didn't die?
Yeah.
So I thought that was
really good. That leads into the whole thing. Like, what if Uncle Ben didn't die? Then that leads into where does Spider-Man learn that with great power comes great responsibility. Right?
I think that's what I meant to say. What if he didn't die? I still think that he becomes Spider-Man by some point, but yeah, Uncle Ben to be there to guide him and train him a little, and train him, but guide him as a person. So yeah.
I really can't wait for this whole the multiverse Spider-Man movie. We already got from what I've been hearing confirmed that Tobey Maguire has confirmed he is in, he is ready to go. He's got whatever he got out of the deal. It's all good. So I can't wait to see how that plays out because that's going to be interesting.
I was shocked that both of those guys signed back on, given how the studio sort of kind of treated them.
True.
Yeah, I was sort of kind of shocked by that, guys. But
at the same token, like I wasn't because once.
Actually, it was Sony that treated them that way.
Sony, I'm sorry,
right.
Marvel. Yeah.
That's right. That's why I wasn't
them over.
That's why I wasn't too shocked about it for them to jump back on because Andrew Griff or I do believe I'm saying his name.
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah. He wanted, and they're telling him that he was going to get a long run, and then when it was only 2 films and it was short run, he wanted more. So this is his ability, his chance to do more. So I knew he would jump on Tobey Maguire, and plus also I do believe in this. This film is going to be directed by Sam Raimi, so automatically Tobey Maguire would be like, yeah, cool. I know I'm going to get Treadwell. You know what I mean? I know that this is going to go down right. And I think Sam Raimi, the reason why he's directing, I feel like he's trying to make up for the bad third film that was rushed. We all knew that was rushed.
Oh yeah,
come on, you couldn't tell me that was not rushed.
It was.
That was rushed.
It was. Yeah, it was. Plus, another thing too, I've never seen a movie get this much hype a year out. It's gotten a lot of hype, and there's no trailer for this yet. Still getting a lot of hype. It's a year out, still getting a lot of hype. So I
think everybody's just anticipating something really good because now you've got Sony sort of out of the way. They're going to be able to from sounds of things work with the whole Venom studio and bring that in, and there's just so much that can be done correctly right now that they couldn't do that Marvel and them couldn't do before. So you're going to be able to write something that is good and not give us something that was, I hate to say it, but either rushed or half-assed. You know what I mean? And I hate that, and this sort of helps Toby and Andrew the last time because his second movie, I found out. Hey, don't get me wrong, it was an okay movie, but you got to they didn't need to throw in that many villains that quick, that fast. It was just. Like, let's just jam pack you overload with everything too quick.
And that's my one concern because they seem to want to go in the direction of the Sinister Six, but I don't want them to come out with every character in one shot. You know what I'm saying?
I don't feel what they're doing here. What I think they're doing is you're getting the beginnings of it. You're getting I think this is where the footing. Let's grab our 6 guys start. You know what I mean? Because we already know we're going to be getting Dr. Octopus. We know we're getting Electro. We know we're going to be getting probably in all fairness, we're probably going to be getting the Vulture, and we're also going to get Scorpion, because we've seen both. So those guys already tie in prior movies and previous things we already know. Now this leads to, okay, are we going to get a Hobgoblin or a Goblin, a new version, and then that can build into a new as you build from the third, you can build into your own Sinister Six movie, which then leads into a lot more. I think I hope that's the way they're going to play with it, because they've got the ability to right now. There's nobody really telling them, you can't do this, you can't do this. This studio wants this studio wants that. It's pretty much owned by Marvel. Pretty much got everything back in their wheelhouse, and that's another thing too, because now they've got in their wheelhouse X-Men, and they're talking about. I know I've heard there have been talks that they want to or do a reboot or a redoing of that way.
The one thing that concerns me. Look, everybody who knows me knows I'm a big Scarlett Johansson Gal Gadot fan. The thing that is concerning me, WandaVision is getting all this hype. Spider-Man, which is a year out, is getting all this hype. Heck, Bucky and the Winter Soldier is getting all this hype. Bucky, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, duh. Here's the thing that bothers me. No one's talking about Black Widow.
I think
she's lost in translation.
Well, I think with that is the Black Widow movie, everybody was already anticipating it to be a summer blockbuster. Then it got held back. Yeah. Then we were expecting it maybe, okay, they're going to jump at the same time as Wonder Woman, and we're going to get it as something at Christmas. Didn't happen. And, now there's talks of it coming out, and whatnot. I think they should just put it into DVD, like I said. Get it out there. Get it out there now. Get it out there while it's fresh, so everybody can start watching it.
Right.
Do your special editions.
Right.
Make you can make your money back. You can. There's no way not say that you couldn't make your money back via good DVD and also streaming. You could make your money back. That you put into it, and that way at least give the Marvel fans craving that next thing. We're already hype and pumped, and the reboot of Mortal Kombat. Can't wait to see that as well.
Oh yeah,
that's looking good.
That looks good. It's looking good. Yeah.
The casting has. I think I put up the casting from ING. They went out and that's looking good. That's going to look bomb.
I can't wait for that.
Again and again. The first movie, the original, I enjoyed. Had great casting. That second one, I pretend it didn't even exist.
Say what you will. That theme song was always awesome.
Yes. I always looked for it one time. I was hoping one time we would hear it in a video game. Never did, but would love to hear that in a video game just once.
Oh yeah. Anybody splurged with their tax refund yet and got the PS5 or Xbox?
that stimulus that you thought was 2,000, and then they gave
that seems to be what it was. That seems to be what it was targeted for. Just get a PS5 or Xbox and go about your way. That's all it was targeted for. I haven't made the plunge yet. I'm gonna wait a little bit.
I think a lot of people are, and like myself. I think it would be something that I'll get later down the road, because I think right now it's just everybody and their dogs jumping on different things. I've heard good, bad, and ugly about both sides, to the point that you got. I seen a meme video, whatever, of some guy dressed up in a Master Chief outfit, breaks a PS5 and said you should have went with an Xbox One for Christmas. Like it's just like,
yeah.
I think the biggest thing
is Xbox One 2 months later, Reverend get Duff.
Yeah. Well, this is the big thing right now. I think what's helping them a little bit in their sales, it is backed by AMD processing. It's an AMD processor in it, like high AMD processor. And everybody knows them to be really good with the lead in computer wise. So
yes.
So basically, like, it's a gaming processor in a gaming machine in a gaming console. You know what I mean? So So it's one of those things. I think what's going to get down to it is the exclusive games.
Content.
Usually not the cross-platform games that everybody plays a lot of. It's that exclusive game. That one exclusive game is going to tip it one way or another. That's usually how it will go.
Yeah.
So.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up here. Shaw, is there anything you want to promote? Get out there. Let's go ahead and do it now.
Yeah, please join my Facebook page, Justice League Memes of America, and that's it. Yeah.
Gene, anything you want to get out there before we roll out?
You can catch me over there at WGP. Also catch me over in Revolution as well as SWA. Promoing, doing my thing as normal, and you can also catch me right here in the Pinfall Productions. I'm here with the Paradigm Shift. I'm here with now the new Sports Report. Repping some hockey up in there. Also doing the Underground Podcast from time to time, and I'm here in any new show. I'm usually around. So you see my face a lot. You guys will enjoy seeing my face, I hope.
All right. You guys can catch me right here on Pinfall Productions, pretty much on all 3 shows that I do. Catch me on the Sports Report, which we just relaunched last week. We're going to be going into it this week. Gene's a part of that too with the hockey coverage. Then we do Paradigm Shift, covers everything in the best of professional wrestling. And of course, this fine show, the Geek Gauntlet Podcast. Every Saturday night at 10 p.m., fastest hour in podcasting. We get everything out there. I want to thank everybody in the chat, including I'm not going to even say. I'm gonna leave that alone. But I want to thank everybody in the chat room. I do appreciate you guys. Lee, thank you for coming out. We had KW as always. Frozen One made it. Frozen, what's up, man? I want to say thank you guys for coming out. I do appreciate it. And if there is nothing else, I'll see you guys again next week right here. Oh, real quick too. Metallic Dice Games and HyperX Gaming. Want to give a shout out to you guys. Metallic Dice Games has a sale going on right now. So if you go over there and type in the promo code GNN, you get 10% off your purchase plus whatever is on sale. You get both. So with the promo code, you get that. And the sale pricing, you get that as well. So definitely check Metallic Dice Games out.
Little Ty Dillinger there, 10. Perfect 10.
Perfect 10. 10% off. So definitely Metallic Dice Games. Check them out. Tell them the Geek Gauntlet sent you. Most definitely.
Yeah.
And don't remember, guys, you just ran the gauntlet, and we'll holler at you guys again next week right here on the Geek Gauntlet Podcast. Everyone have a great week. And please, as always, stay safe and take care.
And you just ran the gauntlet.
Amen.